Ringing. Hi, everyone, and welcome again to another episode of Elevating Each Other. We're a Colorado born podcast created to amplify the voices that often go unheard. Hosted by myself, Freddie Martinez. I'm a small town native turned community advocate. This show isn't about fame, flash, it's about connection, it's about heart, and it's about you. And today I have the pleasure of speaking with Amy Rose from Rose Massage Therapy. Amy, thank you very
Hi,
much for
Freddie.
joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm
All
excited.
right, yeah. So if anyone's been following the podcast, we have always shot in a location with the backdrop that you see, but today we are at one
On
of
site.
yours,
Yeah.
yes, one of your massage therapy locations. And where are we right now?
So we're physically at 955 North Greenwood. We're at what we call our downtown location. It was our second location that we built. Our original location is over on the south side on Sandalwood.
Okay, very nice. Now this room is very relaxing.
Good. That's the goal.
This room is great. So let's talk a little bit about you. Now, are you originally from the Pueblo
I
area?
am a Pueblo native, born and
Okay.
raised here. Yep.
Very nice.
Yep.
And like everyone asks, they asked
Where
me
did
when I first moved to Pueblo, where did you go to school? It
Yep.
was like one of the first questions that you get.
I went to Pueblo County High,
Okay.
and then I actually got my massage therapy certification from Colorado Springs. I ended up, we'll probably get into it, but I got my nursing degree from OJC out in La Junta.
Okay. Very nice.
Yeah, that's kind of my history here.
All right. Very cool. And so what got you into massage? Now, you said you got a certificate when you went to school.
I did. Yep. So
Okay.
massage therapy, in order to get a certification, way back, I've been a massage therapist for 16 years this year.
Yeah.
And so I went to Colorado Springs Institute of Massage Therapy in Springs. It's a school that's still open today. They have a great reputation in town. They, at the time, had like a really high educational requirement to go to school. It was 1,100 hours. At the time, Colorado provisioned massage therapy differently per county. And so Pueblo was different than Colorado Springs. Right after I graduated, about a year after I graduated, they standardized the whole state. So in order to get a massage certification, now you only need about 600 hours of education.
Okay.
So my school up there was 1,150 hours. I mostly went to school. I kind of joke about it because I was like, it was never really a career for me. It was like,
Right.
oh, I want to get my MBA. I want to do these things. And I want to be able to kind of work nights and weekends. It was kind of a stopgap job
Got it.
for me.
Okay.
And my school up there required us to do an internship. And they have these incredible internship opportunities like the Olympic Training Center and all these cool things. And I was like, look, I don't want to do that. I still look back on that and I'm like, that's crazy that you turned that down. So what I ended up doing instead is I started doing touch therapy in an inpatient hospice unit. And I was blown away by that experience, so much so that, again, at this point, this was not really my career.
Uh-huh.
I thought, okay, maybe business isn't the route. Maybe it is nursing. And so I went to start nursing school literally almost before I finished massage school. And then by the time I graduated nursing school, I had this great practice with a couple therapists working for me, which was a lovely problem to have. But I've always kept a dual career. I worked actively nursing here in town for a long time, and then my career took kind of a tech trajectory, so I work in tech now. But
Wow, amazing.
yeah.
Now, I heard 1,100. Like,
Uh-huh.
and for those that don't know how many hours that translates into, what kind of time period are we talking
So
about?
I went to school for about a year, a little over a
Okay.
year. Mm-hmm.
So it's about a year that
Mhm.
is equivalent to about 1,100 hours.
Yep.
And you said now it's been condensed quite a
Yeah.
bit.
So you'll see schools that have a variety of different requirements and expectations, but
Uh-huh.
the minimum standard for Colorado, I believe, is around 600 hours.
Okay.
I haven't looked in a long while.
Amazing.
But,
So you,
and then you have to take a state test.
all right. So, and you nearly, doubled that
Yeah.
with that requirement. Interesting. So now the transitioning between massage therapy and then into nursing, I mean, how helpful was that to have a little bit of that background?
So nice. It's
Okay.
been, it really has been a lovely dual career. And it's always helpful too, because as the practice started to grow and we had more and more therapists, I feel so much more well equipped to support the therapist through situations that they might feel like are, ooh, I'm not so sure about this. I'm a big proponent of massage is a super nice, relaxing, great thing to incorporate in for your, mind and body. But more than anything, I feel really passionately that massages really should be an extension of our healthcare. When we think about our health specialists in our lives, you've got your cardiologist, they take care of your heart, and your, all of these other specialists that take
Right.
care of these aspects of your body. And yes, we have physical therapists that help us take care of our like bones and muscles.
Mm-hmm.
But just from a straight muscular health perspective, I really wish that massage therapists were seen more as that part of healthcare.
Integral.
So,
Yeah. Now that's obviously for maintaining
mm-hmm,
wellness,
mm-hmm.
right? Is kind
Yeah.
of the
Or even like not
yeah.
only injury prevention, but how do we heal from various surgeries that we've had when they cut through that tissue and you kind of have to retrain it? How do you, really recover from minor injury and things like that and use massage therapy to support that?
Amazing. I know we're going to talk about all of the
Yeah.
the things that you offer at your two locations, but I want to backtrack just a little bit because, and so that our viewers and listeners can kind of get to know Amy. So you obviously have a family here in
I
Pueblo.
do, yeah.
Very nice. And everyone, extended family here as well, or
Everybody's here.
everyone's here?
My sister is
Okay.
here. My parents are here. My grandparents are here. They're all here.
Okay, excellent. So all right. So that makes it a little bit easier
Yeah.
to maintain, stay in Pueblo. Now, have you thought about, expanding outside of Pueblo?
Definitely, yeah.
Okay.
It's, we've been in a huge period of growth for the last couple of years. We opened this downtown location in 2022, mostly because we had wildly outgrown our south side location and there wasn't anywhere physically to move,
I see.
and you know how Southsiders are in Pueblo? They're not going to go to the north side.
Only 15 minutes away.
It's only 15 minutes away. It's literally 12 minutes from our
12,
one
okay.
office to this office. And I thought, oh
Right.
my gosh, is that silly to have two office spaces literally 12 minutes away from one another? This office has been such a blessing, and really, it has really shown me that that is true Pueblo style, that
Okay.
Southsiders really like to stay on the south side. And this has been a more central location that we're pulling in more demographics from the north side and from the west side. And so we've taken that and we're listening, right? And so we're looking at where can we go on the edges of Pueblo and maybe even expand beyond just where we are right now. Definitely looking at other markets.
Okay, so you obviously are going to be growing and looking
Hopefully.
at other locations, and
Yeah.
very convenient having the two right now.
Exactly. Yeah.
Amazing. So now let's talk a little bit about this room that we're in. This is super relaxing. So what is this room right here?
So this is actually our float room. It's our kind of float and spa room. So we'll start with the float, and then we'll talk about all the other services that happen in this room as well. This float right here is a sensory deprivation float tank. So it has about 250 gallons of water, 800 pounds of Epsom salt in that water. So
In this one pod?
in the one pod,
Wow.
800 pounds of Epsom salt. You should have seen the shipment that we got. I was like, oh my gosh, I could not have fathomed this much salt.
800 pounds. Okay.
So what that equates to is about the buoyancy of the Dead Sea. And, Epsom salt is really just, it's magnesium. So magnesium is super supportive for the skin, the hair, the nails, the nervous system, the muscular system. So you're getting all of those physical benefits, but then you have the mental benefits of sensory deprivation, which is that we were not meant to be stimulated all of the time with the dings on our phones and the constantly having noise, constantly having sounds, constantly having lights, just, all over in our day-to-day lives. And it really doesn't do our nervous systems justice. And so when we can find that piece, that's why things like meditation practices and things like that are so effective at helping, overall anxiety and just those general kind of ailments that so many of us have now, because again, we're not meant to be stimulated quite this often. And so that's really what sensory deprivation is supposed to be about. A lot of people use it for a time to kind of decompress and think about nothing. Some people use it also as a time to be creative. They've said a lot that when you reduce all of the stimulation around you, your brain activates in various ways that allow you to kind of tap into creativity that you wouldn't with the noise around you.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Interesting. So now, is this very common in
No,
massage?
it's the only sensory deprivation float tank south of Colorado Springs, down to Raton, east and west to the borders.
Wow.
We are the only ones in southern Colorado, really. Outside of Colorado Springs. And even Colorado Springs only has one or two, I think.
Okay. Now, in the session of the pod, obviously the door can be open
Yeah,
or
the
closed.
biggest thing I hear is, oh my gosh, I'm claustrophobic. There's no way I could do it. I always like to tell people I can lay all the way back in the pod, put my arms all the way up and all the way out, and still not feel the edges of the pod. It's bigger than you think it is. There is a little bit of airflow. And so, yes, you can float with the lid down, but also this lid is hydraulic, I think. I'm not a mechanic, so I don't know. That you can kind of find a sweet spot where it's like not all the way closed. And so
okay. So
anytime people are like, I'm a little bit concerned, I'm like, give yourself some, exit space and just don't close it all the way. If you're finding that you're doing well, close it and see how that works.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice. So very popular. That and very unique.
Yeah. And
Very
there's
unique.
also like a little intercom in here. So
Uh-huh.
if ever anybody needed to talk to the front desk, we're there. And I've never had anybody panic in the pod
Oh,
and just
very
say, I
nice.
can't do it.
That was actually my next question. Has anyone like
I've never had that
panicked?
happen. So let's
Okay.
knock on some wood.
All right, there you go. Now, what do the sessions look like for
So
them?
we have 30, 60, 90-minute floats.
Oh, wow.
One of the other really unique things that we do is couples floats. So my partner and I started floating in the pod together, and it just was a lovely time to just spend quiet time with one another. Because again, just like, we have all this stimulation, it's very rare that, you can spend time with your partner just really literally uninterrupted. And so we've started floating, and then we thought, we can offer this. This is really lovely if we enjoy it. And so we've had so many other couples come and enjoy it as well.
So if they're good with the comfortable silence, then
Mm-hmm.
okay, that's the test right there.
Mhm.
Come to the float spot and see if they're compatible. That sounds like it works. Now,
Yeah.
you obviously offer a lot of other services. I mean, what
Yep.
and you said you have several therapists?
We have 17 therapists right now.
Oh
Well,
my gosh.
combination of
Okay.
therapists and other modalities. So we'll talk about that a little bit. But one of the really cool things that happens in a spa when you have what we call a wet room, which is a room with a shower, because you have to shower before you get in and out of the float pod, is that you can offer other body services. So we offer things like body scrubs, body wraps. You can do that in combination with massage or by themselves. So you can, for example, get like a massage and then a body wrap, or a scrub and then a massage. You could do all three if you wanted to. And then the other thing that we just started offering at this location is Japanese head spa services. So that is all the new craze. That's actually done primarily by cosmetologists. And so we do hire a couple of cosmetologists. And so it's a session where you lay down and you have this kind of cool machine with the halo that just expels warm water. And the practitioner like massages your scalp, plays with your hair, washes it
Interesting.
through. So it's like a spa service meets hair washing service, and you get some massage in there as well. So it's very cool.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Never heard of that before.
Yes.
So and that's the new.
It's brand new.
It's
We just
brand new.
launched it last month. Yeah.
Okay. And how's
It's
the
going
response
well.
been?
It's going really well. In fact,
Great.
most of the people that I have heard come in have said, "Oh my gosh, I thought I would have to go to Springs for this service."
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, that is pretty exciting
There
that
you
we're
go.
able to. I know there are a couple of other practices that offer head spa here in town, so we are not the only ones here.
Okay. Gotcha. Now, 17 therapists,
Yes.
2 cosmetologists.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So that's okay. That's a thriving business.
It is.
So, what are some of the other services that you offer beside the float and the
Yep.
the head
So
massage?
we have several different unique massage modalities. We've got a therapist right now. She's actually leaving us, so I even hate to promo her because she's moving to Alabama here soon. But she does pediatric massage, which is really unique.
Yeah.
And then we have 2 therapists who do lymphatic massage, which is a very medical-based type of massage for kind of swelling. It's
Okay.
also really good for post-surgical clients. And one of them has an extra special certification in electrolymphatics. So she uses a machine that kind of uses electrical ions to support the movement of the lymphatic system. And that she's one of only a handful here in Colorado.
Now, would that kind of be in conjunction to like someone that's going through a type of rehabilitation
Absolutely.
due to injury or
Yep.
something?
Or you think a lot of times like post-cancer treatments, because with cancer, a lot of times they have to take your lymph nodes. And the lymph system is what brings all of our kind of free-flowing fluid throughout our body. It also helps and supports our immune system. And so with the node system is what actually moves that fluid around. So when you take those nodes out, breast cancer is a really popular one that happens a lot. If you have breast cancer that involves your nodes, they have to take them out, and then oftentimes you can get a huge backup of fluid like in your arms.
I see.
And with lymphatic therapy, it's one of the only therapies that really is very effective at kind of moving that fluid out, because it can be very uncomfortable. It can change the way your clothes fit. It's really kind of a terrible
Very
thing to
nice.
live through.
So, offering those services for people, again, with the medical background that you have,
Yeah.
obviously understand that there are treatments things that people can do to kind of help with their rehabilitation
Yep.
and their recovery.
Yep, definitely.
Interesting.
So a couple other unique things that we do stretch sessions. So we call them stretch sessions. So if you are like someone who does a lot of sports, or just
Uh-huh.
simply, we really don't. I Until I was ever passively stretched, meaning someone else is stretching you, you
Uh-huh.
do not realize how powerful it is. I mean, stretching yourself is kind of boring, right? You do it before you work out or
Right.
whatever, and you're like, okay, yeah, I know I need to do this. But having someone passively stretch you really gets your joints mobilized in a way that a lot of times they haven't been, or you can't actively do yourself.
Okay.
So we go through and we stretch all the major joints, shoulders, hips, knees, ankles, wrists, those kinds of things, a little bit of neck stretching.
Mhm.
And that's the whole session. So you come dressed in comfortable clothes, and the entirety of the session is just done clothed on a table,
Uh,
just with the practitioner kind of moving around and stretching you.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. And you have a couple of therapists that offer that,
Almost
that
all
do
of our
that?
therapists
Okay.
do
They
stretch
can all do
sessions.
that.
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay. Now, traditional massages. I
Of
mean,
course.
you
So we
obviously.
do Swedish, we do
Uh-huh.
deep tissue, we do cupping, we do hot stone, we do couples massages, which is
Okay.
it's hard to find couples massages here in town. So that has been
Mm.
super, super popular. We had a fantastic Valentine's Day. So
Oh, I was just going to ask you
it was
that.
really
Very
good to
nice.
us, really
Very
good.
good. Okay. So now, what is the most popular out of the services that you provide?
A 60-minute Swedish or deep tissue session. I mean, that is like
Mhm.
your classic straightforward massage. Most people, that's when they think about massage, that's what they think about. One of the things that we did, one of the things that I've always been really passionate about since I
Uh-huh.
started this work is massage for you that you want is unique to you. Massage that I want is unique to me. I'm going to want deeper pressure. Maybe you want lighter pressure. Maybe someone
Mhm.
wants a chatty therapist. Maybe somebody wants to literally spend their time in silence, right?
Okay.
So I've always worked with the staff to really lean into, people are coming with a certain mindset of what they need. Your
Mhm.
job is really to capture what they need and then give that service. And so we instituted a lot of our clients book online. We have a great online booking system. And so online, when you book, there's a preference profile that you
Uh-huh.
can choose. Do you want a warmed table or do you want a cool table? Do you want your therapist to talk to you or do you not want the therapist to talk to you?
Interesting.
Do you
Okay.
want Swedish or deep tissue or sports therapy? Like what
Mhm.
kind of mode? And then, of course, as the client comes in and we have more of a conversation, we can kind of
Mhm.
hone in on that
Kind of
even a
what
little
they're
bit more.
focused.
Hmm.
These are really custom. I mean,
Very.
one
They
size
should
does
be
not fit
very
all.
custom. And
Okay.
the other thing is that you see a lot of times in spas are they call them like signature
Hmm.
massages, and that is really a routine. It is this is what you're going to get every single time you come in from any different, therapist. I don't
Uh-huh.
really believe in that. I think there should be it's the anti-signature, right? It is unique to you
Right.
what you need. You may not have a super consistent experience, for example,
Hmm.
between therapists. But that's the beauty of it because I want you to find the therapist that works the best for you, right? And if you
Okay.
like a couple of them, I know we have a couple clients who are like, "Oh, I love these three therapists and I just rotate between and they like get all of my needs met because this one's really good at that and this one's really good at that." And that's lovely. That's
Very
the kind of
nice.
what we're going for.
That's exactly what you're going for.
Mhm.
So now you said you brought on the new technique with the scalp
Mhm.
massage. So how often are you adding new services or
We
modifying
have been
things
in
like that?
such a growth period for the last
Okay.
year. And I will tell you, it's been one of the hardest things from a business growth perspective because I'm a simple gal. And so I'm like, let's keep it simple. Let's keep it straightforward. It feels really overwhelming to have this great big menu.
Uh-huh.
But one of the things that I recognized when we did to start to diversify pretty aggressively, we were adding new services almost monthly there for the last maybe
Wow.
12 months, which just feels like so much.
Uh-huh.
But people were people were enjoying it, right? And the other reason why we were doing that is because we really wanted to honor our staff. And our staff would come to staff meetings and they would say, I mean, they were the ones who said, let's do a Japanese head spa. Everyone's asking about it. They're really interested. They
Okay.
will book the session. Stretch sessions came from a kind of a think tank of our staff.
Uh-huh.
So they are really the drivers a lot of times
I
of
see.
new services that we're offering, and we leap in and we try and make it work, and
Mhm.
the market has responded definitely
Very nice.
terrifically.
So, I mean, you're taking the feedback from your
Mhm.
clients and you're modifying services in the future. I
Mhm.
mean, it's always going to be changing,
Yeah,
evolving and improving.
that's the goal.
That's the goal, everyone. Evolve and improve.
Evolve and elevate.
Elevate. Yes, we are here to elevate. And that's the whole premise of doing this podcast, is to learn more about you, learn about the services that you provide Pueblo. Now, do you collaborate with other businesses, to offer your services? Can you share with us what that looks like?
100%. So we
Mhm.
have as we got bigger, I thought, you know what? We really should create programs that make it affordable and accessible for employers to have benefit programs for their staff.
Okay.
And so we had a couple of businesses that approached us and we put packages together. And then over the years, that kind of formulated into really corporate packages that look like a
Mhm.
variety of different things. I mean, if you hit a certain threshold of employees, it could just look like an across the board discount in cards that we give out. If you can have a certain threshold of dollar amounts on file that your staff can come in and draw down on.
Okay.
We've done staff appreciation gift cards. So, like when you buy them in bulk,
Right.
you can give them all out. We've done that for a couple of nonprofits in town, which has been
Oh,
lovely because
nice.
the work is so
Oh,
important and
wow.
good.
Yep.
And it's just felt really nice to be able to support those with being able to give back to their staff that
Very
give to our
nice.
community in ways that we don't even know.
Okay, so corporations, obviously,
Hmm.
with that large number of employees, not some nonprofits you mentioned
Yeah.
that you help out too. Now, you obviously do other things in the community as well.
Hmm.
And what does that look like?
Business or personal?
Well, I mean, let's go for both.
Okay, perfect. I mean, I'm not really doing much active right now
Mhm.
personally. I was sitting on a couple of boards. I sat on the Mariposa board for
Oh,
Center for
nice.
Safety, which is the old
Yes.
YWCA, the domestic violence
Yep.
shelter here in town. I like to stay really active and involved in the community. My bandwidth does not allow for that as much right now, but as a business, we like to get out there and just support. We've done a couple of community events like chair massage events, things like that. If you ever have anything like that going on, we want to hear about it. We'd
Okay.
love to be there. Sometimes we can be
Hmm.
there, pro bono, and sometimes we ask for a little bit of like get our staff payment covered and stuff like that. But it just
Okay.
depends on the event.
So you're really open to events like going
Very.
on location
Yes.
or
Yep.
coming here
Yep. On location.
on location.
Hmm.
So if someone's,
Half table will travel.
I was just going to mention that. So for those of you out there that are having an event, reach out to Amy and she will coordinate with you on how you can, take your services on the road, basically.
Definitely. Hmm.
Very nice. Now, you mentioned just so many services. There are things that people can add, like packages, maybe a la carte, I
Hmm.
guess, on the services. So, what is the future look like for Rose Massage Therapy as far as maybe expanded services? You did mention the possibility of expanding locations.
Yep. So we'd love to grow
Mhm.
both in kind of location and, of course, client base. One of the things that we've really focused on in the last year is memberships. So we want to
Okay.
make massage affordable and we want to make it accessible. One of the things that's unique about Pueblo, and I'm grateful, is that when you look around at the demographic here, we don't have a hand in stone. We don't have a massage envy.
Mhm.
Our population ebbs right on the cusp of that kind of whether or not they would open something like that up here. But that's the market that we serve, really, right? We
Mhm.
want people to be able to get in same week, sometimes even able to get them in same day. Never say
Wow.
never. If you need a same day massage, give us a call
Okay.
because they do happen.
Mhm.
I'm trying to think. We want people to be able to access high quality,
Mhm.
sessions. So that's where it comes back to pouring into our staff and making sure that they're well trained and that again you're getting the service that you really need.
Wow.
All of that is just super important.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's a lot going on.
Yes,
You're
there
very
is.
busy.
Yes.
Very busy. So now, if you're not at work, you and your partner are you traveling? I mean,
Yes,
are
we
you
do
putting him to
travel.
work
Yeah.
is
Oh,
what,
he's always at work.
right? You're
Absolutely.
always at
Yes.
work, aren't you?
He works just as much, if not more than me, for sure. So, yes, but we play just as hard as we work for sure. We're getting ready to go to Thailand for 10 days. And
Oh,
so we
okay.
do enjoy traveling quite a bit. We
Very
also
nice.
really enjoy traveling locally. We are a big fan of like all of the different hot springs in the state and things like that. We like to just kind of get away to the local getaway. And
Very nice.
yeah.
So now is this a working vacation? Are you?
No, he was
No.
just saying earlier, like, well, we'll be available. And I was like, will we be available? I don't know. As I also said, "Oh my gosh, we're gonna be away from the business for 10 days."
10 days. But it sounds like you have an amazing staff
We do, we really do.
that'll take care of the
Yeah,
place while you're
yeah.
gone. Very nice. So, some of the best ways that people can book. Now, you did mention they can go online
Mhm.
and they can book, they can
Yep.
call.
Easiest way
Okay.
to find us is rosemassagetherapy.com.
Uh-huh.
There's a book now button. It's super easy to navigate. You can, toggle between Southside and downtown and
Okay.
all of our different services. If that feels overwhelming or not accessible to you,
Mhm.
another thing that people really love is when you go to our website, first thing that comes up is a chat box in the lower
Okay.
right hand corner. It is not an AI, it is a human
Oh my
being.
gosh. Okay.
Yes. And so anytime you chat in, you're getting a human on the other end. And so you can just ask questions, go back and forth. We try and be available as possible.
Mhm.
But if there's a lag, just remember it is a
It
human.
is a human. And just want to remind everyone out there that's watching or listening, we are real. We are not AI.
Yeah.
So when you when you chat online with Amy
Chat.
services, I guess chat, it's not you actually
Yeah.
on the other
Yeah.
end,
I mean,
but
it might be. You never
you
know.
you never
It
know.
comes through to my phone too. But also, not that I'm against AI, because I
Sure,
think that there's a lot that AI can do for business for sure. It's just one of those things that for now, it's a human
it's a
touch.
human touch. Yes, very important.
And then the other thing is obviously you can call. If you need immediate service, best thing you can do is just call. So it's 719-256-0797 is that phone number.
0797. Very nice. Now you also do things on social media as well.
Yep,
So
we're on
what are
Facebook
some of
and
those?
Instagram.
Facebook and
Yep,
Instagram.
and we have quite a few giveaways, and so I would
Oh,
really recommend following us because you never know what's going to pop up from a giveaway perspective, and we've had some pretty cool giveaways.
so you're saying they should follow you
Yes.
on Instagram and Facebook.
Yes.
So now that people out there know how to contact you and to book a massage, do you offer occupational discounts for those in
I'm
the
so glad
community?
that you brought that up. Yes, for years and years and years, we have always done a monthly career special. So, another reason to follow us on social media, you'll know what career special is going on. That's a
Hmm.
25% discount.
Oh,
So, that's a
wow.
huge discount. You can use it once in the month that your career comes up. So, I mean, we span literally almost every career that I can think of. People are always like, "Where does my career fit?" I'll find the month for you if you're like, "Where do I go?" The other thing that we do is we love our teachers, and so we're really good to our teachers. District 60 and 70, we had actually been given a bunch of LED backed light boards, and so we
Okay.
worked with the schools and we donated all of those light boards to different art classes all throughout. It was a really cool experience. We also
Very
do
nice.
an across the board discount for District 60 and 70. So we have a couple of different programs like that for various occupations here in
Oh,
town.
very nice.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously, if they want more information, they can contact you. And again, that phone number is 719-256-0797. Or you can go online and reach out and chat, obviously,
Mhm.
with the real person at rosemassagetherapy.com. Amy, amazing. I mean, we could
Thanks,
go through
Freddie.
a
Yeah, I
ton of
could just
stuff.
be here all
I
day.
mean, obviously, this is amazing. So, there's going to be questions that folks out there are going to have. So, we're encouraging them to obviously call,
Mhm.
to get online, and please like, follow, and share this podcast because it is designed to elevate these businesses in our community, and just give you that voice so that you can reach others and let them know what you do and what you do for the community. So, really appreciate you coming on
Yeah,
today, and
thanks for
thank
having
you
me. I
so much. It
appreciate
was
it,
really
Freddie.
great talking
Yeah,
to
it
you.
was lovely.
And
Thank
yeah,
you.
I'm going to be booking myself.
Great.
All right, everyone. So I just want to mention, I refer to him as the Jedi Master, and he's also the Sensei, Anthony Burciaga. He actually puts all this together, and please look him up. He's on Everyday People Digital for all your digital needs. And also want to thank our sponsor, which is the Martinez Agency. Reach out to them for all your insurance needs at 719-717-3777. And again, until next time, please again like, follow, and share, and show Amy some appreciation. She's doing an amazing job here.